Hello, today's our topic is problem typology in the problem-based learning. To understand types of problems is very important for different kinds of specialists, especially for educational specialists, for the managers, for the politicians, engineers, even technologists. Indeed, problems are not equal. They are different in their nature, in their different appearance. Typology of problems in the problem-based learning matters because by selecting the right typology of the problem itself can be better structured and understood. Typology of the problem gives better insights on most suitable solutions of the problem. Certain types of problems needed for particular cognitive strategies to apply. And having better typology of the problems can manage better with a problem-based learning and problem-solving process. Because different type of problems requires different information literacy, decision-making skills. So, to understand different types of problems is really important. And scientists try to analyze types of problem from a very different perspective. For instance, a very basic analysis framework consists of three major components. The first type of the problem is problem as deviance from the standard. Mostly it concerns law problems. The second type of the problem is counted as problem as improving working methods and approaches. It concerns more technological and educational problems, especially when you are looking for better solutions in working methods and educational approaches. And the third type of problems is problem as acknowledgement of unknown phenomena. And those kinds of problems are more like exploration problems. And those very general types of problem as deviance from the rule, or deviance from the standard, problem as improving working methods and approaches, and problem as acknowledgement of unknown mysterious phenomena. But those types of problems are very general. That's why different scientists try to make more precise list of types of the problems. And very famous educologist from USA, David Jonassen, tried to classify different kinds of problems, different types of problems. For instance, logic problems, algorithm problems, story problems, rule using problems, decision making problems, troubleshooting problems, diagnosis solution problems, strategical performance problems, policy problems, design problems, and dilemmas problems. We see that David Jonassen tried to classify different type of problems according to their complexity, from the very simple problems until the very complex and ill-structured problems. For instance, logic problems, taking into account thinking according logical rules of the mind. Algorithm problems concerns writing the right sequence of data to get the right combination for the task completion. Story problems concerns creating of simple text, writing simple text. And rule using problems concerns more law problems, which rule to apply and when in the law cases. Decision-making problems, for instance, looking for the optimal decision-making process in any situation. Troubleshooting problems concerns more solving or technical problems step by step, trying to get to the wanted solutions. Diagnosis and solution problems are very broad spectrum of problems. It includes also medical problems, educational problems, technical or even technological problems. Diagnosis solution problems are the most common and the most popular problem according to David Jonassen. in medical sciences, in educational science, in technical sciences, they always looking for solutions and try to diagnose and finding the right solution for the situation to solve the problem. So those kinds of problems, according to the scientists, are the most common for human beings: diagnosis and solution problem. Strategic performance problems concerns looking for the best strategy in the decision-making process. Another kinds and types of problems are policy problems. And of course, policy problems concerns coordination of different interests of the people. So coordination of interests among the people. Design problems concerns looking for the optimal design solutions, including visual, technical, and technological aspects of the design. And finally, the most complicated types of problems, according to David Jonasson, is dilemmas. The most complex problems that includes ethical issues and ethical solutions in the problem. So as you see, we started from the very simple types of problems, from the logic problems, algorithm problems, story problems, rule-using problems, and we went to the more complicated types of problems, like decision-making problems, troubleshooting problems, diagnosis solution problems, strategical performance problems, policy problems, design problems, and finally dilemmas. From the very simple problems until the very complex and ill-structured problems that can have many solutions. Why we need to have such typology of the problems? We need different type of problems to identify, because every type of problem has completely different structure of the problem and could have very different solution pathways. For one kind of problem, for the simple kind of problems, you take one solution, step by step, how to make one or another decision making for that kind of problem. For the most complex problem, you take another strategical approach to problem solving. So you see that different types of problems has different structure and even different strategy for its salvation. And of course, different science area could have their own problems. So for instance, social sciences could have their own problems. Technological sciences can have their own problems. Nature sciences, humanitarian sciences, biomedical sciences, and agricultural sciences also could be structured into the certain problems that are relevant for their scientific areas. And when we apply problem-based learning, it's always very important to structure all educational content into the certain problematic areas. And certain problematic areas are structured into the certain problematic situation. That's how they apply problem-based learning in the different scientific areas. Typology of the problems gives learners opportunity to structure learning objects in the educational process much better. Having clear typology helps to structure problems better and select the most optimal solutions for each of them.